Well, hello, my beautiful Taurians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of September, right through to the end of October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know regarding the next couple of weeks in their career and money sector? Can you please show them the way? Reveal to them what they are meant to see at this time. Now, in the water, because I am scrying at the same time as doing your reading, right now I'm seeing a matador with a bull. Okay, now of course, Taurians, you are represented by the bull, so this can indicate that some of you, perhaps you've been dealing with a person who has been goading you, or perhaps someone who has been playing games with you, maybe even avoiding you. It could be someone who's been trying to push your buttons in some way. I mean, if you really think about the nature of the matador, although I don't really agree with that, bullfighting, of course, everyone's got their own opinion on it. I've got mine. I feel it could be that you are skillfully doing something, but it could also indicate something that is potentially difficult or, it has been challenging, but you are really exhibiting your flair and panache in your sort of career sector, and you really are standing out in the crowd in some way, doing something bold and daring. Maybe you're approaching something that has the potential to be difficult, but you are really breezing through it. And this could be that you are stubbornly sort of moving ahead on something. And some people will see this as stubborn, but I actually see this as perseverance. I see this as a really positive quality that you have, someone who is tenacious. You go after your goals and your dreams, and I feel like you're going to be really focused. So I feel this month is all about your skill. It's about your perseverance. I mean, maybe the matador is something that is going to be relevant for you in particular. How would you like to receive? How would you like to receive? Okay. And maybe a logo, maybe a reel, or something you'll see as an image in the next coming weeks or months. I feel it's connected to being a champion, or accomplishing something that was potentially very difficult or could have gone either way. It just feels like you're going to be right on the mark. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. Very random image to see. I mean, I know why it's connected to you, because of course you're a Taurus, so the bull connection is right there. But if you think about the bull itself, that would obviously represent you, and it could mean that some of you, perhaps you're going to have to chase after something in the next coming weeks and months. Maybe someone you feel is avoiding you, or avoiding doing their job, perhaps. It could be that you've got your eye on a goal, or you're promised something, and it feels like you're being asked to jump through hoops for it, and I feel like you're not playing ball anymore. I feel like you're getting right to the heart of the matter. So again, please take it as it resonates. We've got the Tower, we've got the 6 of Coins, we've got the 6 of Swords. So overcoming that difficult challenge. I feel major restructure going on in your career sector. I feel, look, you saw me shuffle the cards, right? You got the Tower as your first card, and you got the Tower as your second card in the protagonist energy. Now, this basically means that you are standing proud in all your endeavors. I feel like you're building something that has the potential to be really lucrative. I also see that, you tend to stand out from the crowd. You are someone who is a tower of strength. And I feel a lot of you may have felt a bit isolated in your working environment recently. You may have felt that it's been a bit of a challenge. You've been struggling with something, but I definitely see with the Stork as your outcome and the Six of Swords, it means you're being protected in your endeavors and that you are about to be brought towards the good stuff, the payoff, the reward for all your hard work. Ten of Pentacles, you're putting all of your effort in, you're securing your position. And I feel like you're working super hard. Now, I'm also seeing paper clips in the water as I'm scrying for you. So this can indicate that you're getting organized. Perhaps you're getting everything in together. Everything is a strategy. So it feels like everything's coming together, or you're basically compartmentalizing everything that you need to do right now in order to work towards something. So it could be different components of whatever it is that you do, and now you're like bringing it all together, putting a paper clip on it. Maybe you're going to be doing a lot of filing this month. I definitely see that. You're going to be totally on your administrative skills, okay? So emails, texts, contracts, paperwork, all of the stuff, you're going to be really productive and focused on that. And we have the Devil card there. They want me to go again, and by they, I mean my guides. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? And we've got the Five of Cups. One more. Okay, one more. And we have the Eight of Wands, and we also have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so you're leaving the month of October with a lot of options available to you, and I feel this is about you almost like revamping or reimagining a role that you do, or the way that you work in order to really build something really special. Feel like you're leaving a legacy in your career. That Ten of Pentacles indicates that you're someone who has a lot of knowledge, and you are someone who is manifesting more wealth, more opportunities. You're a reliable leader, I see here as well. But also I feel right now you're checking in with where you're at in your career sector. Also, I want to address if anyone has had some sort of shock in their career, because of course the Tower can represent like a sudden removal. Some of you may have been made redundant, or you may have had a sudden realization, an epiphany that you want to leave a position in order to seek other opportunities, or you may feel that you've been ousted in a role. I feel the universe has got your back, okay? So if you've experienced something that has challenged you and you're currently looking for new work, know that that Six of Swords is working for you, and suddenly the right opportunity is appearing for you, and this is going to be something that leads to better things, better money, better doors opening for you. Every time we experience a rejection or a difficulty, a bump in the road, it means that we are at a crossroads where we need to change. And sometimes, especially when a Tower, and I will show you these cards in a moment, when a Tower shows up for us, sometimes it can represent that we've been enduring a really harsh or difficult circumstance that we know deep down we should do something about, that we either should change it, leave it, or just readdress it in some way. And there's something here that perhaps you've been dealing with for quite some time. Now, it could be a person's behavior, and it could be that this month is the catalyst where you're like, enough is enough. You're drawing a line in the sand. For some of you, it could be that you may suddenly take someone to HR. You may be documenting what's been going on, especially if someone is trying to push your buttons, or if someone is trying to goad you in the working environment. The Tower can represent, that you're feeling isolated. Perhaps you're feeling that there's a bit of a clique, or someone is singling you out, and you feel, you can't do this anymore. Even though you're really awesome at what you do and you're really strong in your position, I see that, you want to do the right thing. You're just here to work so that you can get the money and pay the bills, and, try and work towards a life of comfort and luxury. And, that is your right, just like everybody else. So it's unfair that anybody should be singling you out. So if you're feeling that way, I would say keep a documentation of everything that's been going on, date, time, what was done, what was said, and then present it to a governing body or HR, for example, and I feel there will be a readdress of the balance there. I actually see that the person who is causing problems, I feel like they cause issues with other people as well. It's not the first time they've been complained about. So I see that this goes on their record, and I feel they will have a talking to, which is a little bit disappointing. It doesn't seem like they will be exiting. I feel like they will remain in their position, but it goes on their record, okay? But I feel it takes the heat off you, okay? I feel like that person realizes they can't get away with it anymore when it comes to you. So if you are dealing with that, I see a change of that happening in the month of October. Now, moving on from that, if you have been going through a struggling time in your working environment and you've had some sort of surprise there, I want to send you a huge hug out there, because a double tower can be like, whoa, that was intense. Either you're learning that your company or industry is having a major overhaul or restructure, and you're having to be adaptable and flexible to these changes, or whether you have been made redundant, or you lost your job, or you walked away from something. This is the month of change for you. I mean, it's in the protagonist energy, which means the tower's already happened. So if you have experienced these things already, then of course you are going to feel the fallout of that in the month of October. And actually, the fallout for you is that there's something better being offered to you elsewhere. So I feel if you're putting your resume out there to find new opportunities, there is something coming in that is going to value your skill set. There is an energy here of you having a divine contract or proposal to work either with a company, or, I mean, for some of you, you could be thinking about setting up your own business. We will get into that in a moment. Right now, I feel this is about sustaining momentum on whatever it is that you've been working on for the majority of you. But if you are looking for new roles, the Five of Cups, it basically means you have to leave something that perhaps was disappointing or not satisfying in order to get the good stuff. So if you have just left a position, know that there is a role on its way for you that is perfect and is going to be so rewarding, and actually you get to staircase and move up the ladder quicker than in the other role, because I feel there was a potential where someone may have impeded your progress, okay? But I feel like deep down you knew that and you've moved away from that. For some of you, if you are in a role right now, you may be feeling that you've hit a plateau or a glass ceiling in your career sector. The tower can be like the top that you can go. And it can indicate that, you know, there's no room for maneuver in your current circumstances. So you may be keeping your eyes peeled this month for new opportunities. And I see here that there is one coming on in for you. I feel you're actually being guided to this. So it may be something that just pops up. Or it may be if you're going through an agency, for example, it's like as soon as you join the agency, the role becomes available, and it's because it's divine timing. This role is meant for you. So whatever role is offered to you in the month of October, know that it was tailor-made for you, okay? And it's going to bring a lot of success, but even more than that, it's going to give you options to level up in your career sector. But also I feel there is, you know, a lot of good things that come from this. I feel like you get to move to the next stage and pay grade of your career sector too. Now, also, I'm getting an energy with the tower that right now, this is your protagonist energy. So this means that you are restructuring the way that you work. If you haven't experienced some sort of shock or a surprise in your career sector, I mean, for a lot of you with the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles, there could be something personal that you've been going through, but this is something that's already happened, okay? And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you're going through something personal right now. For some of you, it could be that you've been going through a divorce behind the scenes, or you've had to deal with someone's, you know, inheritance. Maybe someone passed away, and you're having to deal with your emotions and, you know, grief and sadness, because that Five of Cups talks about something that perhaps you've been going through that is it just feels like a lot of sadness, okay? So I'm sending you a huge hug out there, so much love. It's hard to keep everything like going forward as normal, even though things are not normal for you right now. So if you have been going through some sort of personal grief there, I definitely see that it's going to be a process. So allow your body to ebb and flow as it's meant to. If you need to take some time out, please talk to a member of your team or your boss. If you're an entrepreneur, honor your health. Make sure that you recognize that, you're running on a coping mechanism at this moment in time. And sometimes we need to just take stock and take a step back in order to heal. Okay. And the world can be won another day. So if you're going through that, so much love, so much light to you. I'm just seeing if I can see any images of something that would be, I'm just seeing a golden coin flipping in the air. That's all I'm seeing right now. It's like heads or tails. It's almost like that's what I'm being given. Heads or tails, a golden coin being flipped. So this may be a personal sign to you. You may see this as an image in the next coming weeks regarding something you need to make a decision on. But, if you've just had someone close to you pass away, this could be a sign from them. So it could be that you are walking down the sidewalk and you see someone flipping a coin. This is a sign to let you know that the person who transitioned and passed over, they are with you always. And they want you to know that even though you're going through some difficult times, they're helping you on your road towards success, but also personal fulfillment. And there's a lot of unconditional love here as well, okay? So if you're going through that, sending you so much love, and with a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from that energy. I feel like the predominant energy for my beautiful Taurians is look out for that golden coin flipping. Okay, it feels like a heads or tails, as I said, but this could be a symbol or a sign or an omen for you that there is something that is wonderful about to come on in, and you may be shocked by it there as well. Okay, now this is, as I said, the protagonist energy. A lot of you are going to be thinking about legal structures. This could be contracts this month. You may be focusing on launching your own business, a standalone business if you're not an entrepreneur already. And if you are an entrepreneur already, you may be looking at legalities. Maybe you're getting your tax filed, or you're going through tax sort of structures right now. Maybe you're thinking about financial structures, the best one for you. This could also indicate here that, you are destined for the top and you want to be your own boss. So if you're not your own boss right now, I feel you've got strong leadership skills to stand out from the crowd. And I feel like a lot of you will be stepping into a leadership role, but I see a majority of you having the knowledge where you can be a consultant. So you may actually set up your own practice in time, or maybe now, because I feel there's not much launching energy happening in the month of October. I mean, on the cusp, if you're thinking about launching something, there could be some sudden sort of movement at the end of October is what I see. I don't really click my fingers in a reading ever, but I'm constantly like clicking my fingers in your reading. So it feels like things are happening. It feels like things are going to happen quite quickly. It's like, make it snappy. I don't know, there's just some really good stuff coming your way. And I feel like, you've been diligently working towards something and you're just going to see things popping up and surprising you that they're happening now. Perhaps some of these wins that are going to come in for you, you expected them a little bit later on down the line, but they could be coming in faster than you thought. But you worked really hard for this, okay? Now, of course, we've also got lonely and standing out on this card. And I feel a lot of you, you may feel a little bit that you go unnoticed in your career environment, unappreciated, but I feel actually you do stand out, whether you know it or not. I feel that there is an energy here of people not mentioning your skill set, or people not really giving you any sort of compliments because they are a little bit nervous that you could do their job as well as yours combined. Okay, so it's like you present a bit of a threat to people and the career environment, because I feel like you are someone who is super strong. I feel like you're very diligent, very focused, you sustain effort, and you don't give up on any of your tasks until, of course, you see them through to completion. But I feel like you have a lot of, I'm being given this word, you've got a lot of agency or authority in a position, or you will have. I definitely see here that you are someone who has a lot of power or will have in your career long term. And what I see with the Tower energy is you doing a lot of decluttering, clearing desk. If you have a desk, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, I feel this is about, seeing what you need, what you don't need, just getting organized. For some of you, there could also be a restructure, as I said, in your industry, which requires flexibility. And for some of you, there could be some sort of movement in your location. So if you're thinking about, going overseas, I feel this could be something that you're thinking about right now, but perhaps you haven't actioned it just yet. But also I feel there's an energy here of a new location, or perhaps there's some sort of refurb going on in your office if you work in an office. For some of you, it could be that, you know, you're thinking about refurbing your place of work if you're an entrepreneur so that it best suits your working environment. So for example, if you're a voiceover agent, it could be that you are needing a voiceover booth for people to come in. I don't really know much about that, but I'm just giving you an idea of what it could be. Maybe that you require a tool or some sort of equipment that is necessary to do whatever it is that you do, and you could be restructuring this month to make space for it. I feel there's an energy here of you being very time sensitive this month as well, making sure that you utilize your time fully, being very productive, and anything that is like not urgent, I feel like you're not focusing on it. You're going to leave that until a little bit later on. Now, of course, the Tower energy, there is an energy tapped into it about ego. So some of you, I mean, looking at the energy, there is a potential that there is a toxic person with a lot of ego. I mean, maybe that's what that image of the matador is all about. It feels like you could deal with someone who is very complex, who is very critical, and someone who just does not have the best interests, your best interests at heart. Okay, that's what I'm being given. So you could be dealing with someone who basically tries to push your buttons or is very toxic. They ask for something, then they complain about it. I would say everything that they want you to do, if it's a client, for example, get it in writing just to prove that that's what they asked for and you're delivering what they asked for, so they have no room to complain about it. I mean, this could also be a boss or someone that you have to deal with day to day who tends to be very changeable, mood swings. You don't know where you stand with that person sometimes. So get everything in writing this month, because you'll be able to prove to them and say, hey, this is what you asked for, so this is what you got. If you'd like to change it in some way, then let me know of the changes. I'm happy to edit it. I'm happy to add to it, take away from it, whatever it is you want. But please make your intentions clear, because you don't want to waste your time and they don't want to waste their time. So I definitely get an energy of compromising or working together, but getting it in writing is important. Now, of course, the Tower can also represent sudden epiphanies, realizations. Some of you with that double Tower are feeling a little bit stuck, okay? You may feel it's the same old thing, just a different day. It can feel like comfortable energy, you know, where we build a tower for ourselves. We get into a certain position. It feels comfortable, the money's nice, you're feeling not as inspired as you used to be, but you're comfortable. So it can be that right now you're looking at, are you comfortable or are you feeling stuck? Are you in a position for a long time and you're desiring a change, or are you happy where you're at? So a lot of you are really thinking about the next steps of your career and you're strategizing. This Tower can also indicate that something happens. If you've been thinking about leaving a position, for example, something could happen to give you a little nudge off that fence. And it could be that you've been putting your resume out there, finding if there's alternative opportunities that are very lucrative for you and give you more opportunities to kind of like branch out or expand, and suddenly this is the kickstart that you need, is what I'm being given there. So sometimes the universe will amplify difficult energy so that we listen and make a decision. So if things are getting really, how can I put that? It's almost like if things are highly pressured right now, you know, the Tower is highly pressurized energy. It means something's got to give. You're holding it all together right now. You're at capacity. You've got a lot on your plate. You're working really hard. I see that there is this energy of like, is there something else? Is this it? And I feel outside of what you're experiencing right now, no, there are other opportunities there for you to explore should you wish to. So I feel a lot of you are managing your stress levels because you have a lot on your to-do list. And I feel there is an energy of change about you right now and restructure. This could come in the form of you restructuring your time. Could be a schedule change that you've got there. Some of you may have something suddenly come up where you need to allow space for you to go and do it. For example, it could be a dentist appointment that you have to go to, or suddenly you have to, now this is not going to resonate with everyone, but suddenly some of you may get like a letter through the post asking you to do duty service. So it could be that you have to, rearrange some sort of time, or, ask your boss for some time off to go and do that duty service, and it feels like there's a bit of a restructure going on. Okay, so please apply it to your situation. I just feel like there's a major restructuring going on here. There's a portal of opportunity happening here for you as well, though, because there's a major paradigm shift. It feels like something that could be taken away is actually beneficial for you. So it could be, especially with the Devil card present in your reading, it could be something that perhaps has been slowing your progress. Could be a person who's been getting in the way or impeding your progress in some way, and you may see an exit of that person. However, I feel if someone has been bullying you or someone has been, singling you out in some way, I feel this person, it gets put on their record, but they essentially get a bit of a slap on the back of their hand, and it's not acceptable, it's not fair, but ultimately it does teach them that you're a force to be reckoned with and you're not putting up with it any longer, okay? Now, we've got that 10 of Pentacles. So this is about you investing all of your energy, your time, but also I feel like you're looking at your finances right now. You're actually attracting more wealth, okay? So I definitely see here more affluence happening here for you. This is about you focusing on your financial security, but it's also about you using your knowledge to break free or transform something, because the Tower card is to transform. I love the Tower card. The Tower card is a Scorpio Aries card, and it means restructure, because what has been happening has become either outdated or it's making you feel stuck. So it could be that you're implementing new technology to streamline the way that you work. Could be a new working practice, could be a new schedule, as I said. But with the 10 of Pentacles there, elephants, they are always connected to knowledge and remembering, okay? An elephant never forgets. So this could be that some of you are, I'm getting two energies. One is you're keeping a tight rein on your finances and you are acutely aware of the economic situation that we're in, very volatile economic situation at the moment. And I will go into October when I do the monthlies, but there is like a major Tower energy going on for October. So something to watch. I will tap into it a little bit more to see how it affects the collective. But in terms of your finances and that event, I feel like you're protecting your finances. So you may be like saving down statements of finances that you have as proof of your funds, just to make sure that you can show anybody, should there be like a gremlin in the system or an app go down or some sort of difficulty with a financial structure. Sometimes they have a bit of a glitch. So I feel like you're being really savvy with that there as well. But moving away from the energy, the 10 of Pentacles, it basically indicates that you are reinventing yourself in order to create more wealth. Okay, so it could be that you are remembering a skill that you have not tapped into for quite some time. Maybe it's a talent you have, a creative endeavor, and it could be that you may be implementing that as a side hustle, and it will bring in extra money on the side, because this is to attract like extra money there. But it also indicates that you are looking at securing your finances and looking after your family with those finances as well. Some of you may even think about breaking free from the family business if you are in the family business, because the Tower energy, it can indicate restructure. So you may be thinking, is it beneficial for you long term? Can you implement ideas that will refresh how the business looks? So if you're not breaking free from the actual business, it could be that you're breaking free from the structure of the business in order to implement new ideas or revamp it in some way so that it works more smoothly and attracts more clients, more attention, more wealth. The same with your current circumstances. If you work for a company or whether you're an entrepreneur, this is like breaking free from the old in order to welcome in the new. And that's what I see in your whole reading for the next coming weeks and months. Sudden improvements, definitely some movement happening in your career sector. And some of you may be taking a gamble on something. It's going to pay off, okay? I mean, you've got the dice there. Okay, it is in a resistance position, and I mean, if you have a look there, it says game playing. So I saw that Matador at the beginning. I would watch out for someone game playing, okay? It's only because you're in a position of power, of strength, of authority, or agency is what I keep being given. And it can be that someone either has their eyes on your job and is hoping you leave because maybe there's no room for maneuver and that person wants your role, or it can also be that there are some promotions and some bonuses coming up and they want to put themselves in a good light at the same time, basically putting everybody else in a bad light. So just watch out for that there. It says here, gamble, risk, game playing, blind faith, uninhibited, boldness, playing with fate. But you've got it in the resistance position. So it can indicate that right now you're sticking to tried and tested methods and you're actually strategizing by digging a little bit deeper. Perhaps you are investigating better ways. You are almost like creating a plan before you make any radical changes. I feel there's no knee-jerk reactions here because this card is present in this position. I also feel, yes, there is some unpredictable energy about you over the next coming weeks, especially the second and the last week of October is what I see here. And these are positive. Okay, sudden improvement is what I keep being given. I feel something you have diligently worked towards. Suddenly you will hear some news on it and it opens a gateway to more. It feels like a stepping stone. I got to be honest with you. So I feel like there's still more to go. You haven't completed the bit to like victory is what I feel, but I feel like you're definitely on track. Okay, so it could be an indication that you're going to get that promotion, but you don't actually step into that role until November, December time, for example. Some of you will be later on at the beginning of next year, but there could be something that you think, yes, I got it. Could be a certification, qualification, or something that is a milestone for you that indicates you're well on your way towards reaching the actual goal. Okay, so it feels like you're getting to a climactic position, but it's not the end position that you are targeting, if that makes sense. Now, we do have the Six of Coins. It's in the resistance position. So I am getting an energy here that some of you are going to have to go searching for information, or it could be that you have to keep calling somebody regarding something to do with your career. So for example, if you work in accounts and you have to reconcile an account and they haven't paid up, could be that you have to chase that person and it's just wastes a little bit of your time. You may find an alternative way to do it, or you may find some sort of legal jargon that kind of hints this is your final warning that, you know what, if you don't step up now, we're going to have to take legal action. This is for some of you, you may, especially if you're a freelancer as well, I feel some of you may have to chase someone who perhaps either hasn't paid up or maybe a contract or something. It could simply be that on a personal level, you've tried to register something with your local district and you haven't heard anything back, or it could be that you have asked for, I would say also just watch out for any subscriptions that you have canceled. I would just double check in your accounts that they haven't by accident taken an extra month. Okay, that's coming through there as well. I feel it's just a glitch in their system that you've ended at your end and you've actually given the proper notice on it. But I feel someone hasn't done the right procedure to make sure that you don't get charged again. So just watch out for that. That's coming through there as well. That's on a personal level. The Six of Pentacles in this position, it can indicate that some people, they're working for themselves. There feels like there's like low workers' morale or no team support if you work in a company, but I feel that will kind of change as we move into the end of the month, probably because people are getting paid and it just feels a little bit better then. I don't know, but that's coming through there as well. Ultimately, for you on a personal level, this is about you looking at your spending, making sure that you are remaining balanced, keeping a tight rein on your finances there. And the Six of Pentacles, I'm actually being given an energy of a surprise from the universe. That's what it literally means. It means the universe is suddenly paying you attention or extra favor, and it could be financial in nature. So you may see a small increase in your finances or potentially a bonus. It means you've gone above and beyond for something and you're being recognized. So even if nobody gives you a compliment, I feel it could be reflected in your finances. Okay. Now also with the Six of Pentacles, this is a card that indicates, you know, you're being generous with your proceeds, your finances. So it could be that, you know, some of you may be doing some charity work, or you may actually give to charity this month, or you've got a little bit excess to help someone out. But also I feel, especially with the Strength card in the Resistance position, some of you have been feeling, you know, low motivation, low energy, or your energy levels have been really fluctuating. Could be something hormonal as well, but I feel some of you, you know, you're not being risky with your health. You're making sure that you manage your stress levels. You're making sure that you look into why you have low energy. I feel like you're not wanting to, like, take excess amount of caffeine, for example, to keep your motor running. I feel you are trying to dig a little bit deeper into finding the root cause of you feeling a little bit drained. I feel like you've got a lot on your plate. I feel a lot of you are holding it all together, doing a job, paying bills. You've got children, looking after children, you know, just trying to do life. It's hard. So I feel there's an extra little level there where some of you are going to have an improvement in motivation, in your vitality when it comes to your energy as well. So you may pinpoint what's been causing you a bit of a fluctuation there too. Now also, I feel that there's some good karma coming your way. You've struggled with something, it's been difficult, and the universe is paying extra attention. So it could be either a new job, new opportunity, new role, incentive, but also a bonus. I feel the bonus bit, it doesn't come until later on, but I feel there could be a conversation about it. For some of you, I feel like you have worked like super hard. It may not be, when it comes to bonus, it may be not something that you are hoping for. You may have been hoping for a little bit more. You know that you certainly deserve a little bit more. However, there may be like an extra add-on to it. And what I mean by that is, I just get an energy that there could be like a door opening for you, or a lucrative deal or project that's offered to you, and it's an incentive for next year, okay? And when you really think about it, you're like, actually, that's better. There's something about it that makes you feel that's better, okay? So, yeah, watch out for that too. Now, the Strength card, of course, it's in the Resistance position at first. So mid-month, I feel someone, you know, they may push your buttons, but I feel like you're trying really hard to just remain focused on your projects and not have any distractions. There may be someone who basically, how can I put that? It's almost like this person, they take risks, okay? Or they just have this like nonchalant approach to their work, and still they get benefits, or still they get bonuses, or still they are noticed for what they do. And I feel like you're a little bit fed up with this person's energy, but I feel like you endure this person. It's almost like you are just biting your tongue or holding things in the middle of the month, because I feel that is the right way to go. Obviously, speak your truth, but I just get an energy of you just trying to phase this person out because they're not worth your time. And actually, if you engage in the drama with this person, it will reflect badly on you. It's always the way, you know, it's the way the person angles it. So just watch out for that. I'm just picking up someone in your energy, but I feel like you deal with it in a very professional manner. Now, the Strength card, of course, is all about being bold, daring, doing something different, but it's also about your sacrifice. It's about you being disciplined and, you know, enduring a situation that has been difficult. And sometimes we don't see the progress. We're in the midst of it. We're making it happen. You're making some radical changes in your career, and I feel like you're working really hard towards something. There is a payoff. And whilst you may not see it right now, because sometimes when we're in the midst of making it happen, it just feels like same old thing, just a different day. Then suddenly, if we reflect back on the last couple of years, or if we reflect back on our progress, we see that actually things have changed. Actually, you are doing a really great job. And I see that, yes, you're going to be very productive. You're going to be extra busy at the end of October. So some of you, this could be like your end of year for your business if you're an entrepreneur. For some of you, it could be that it's the end of a particular season for you and you're just tying up loose ends. For some of you, it could be like a major project that is coming to a close at the end of October. And for some of you, it could be that you're going on a vacation, because I feel something is ending here and it feels like a flurry of action before it's done, and then you're on to the next thing, okay? So we have the Hammer. Look at that. Working hard, okay? it feels like everything is taking shape for you when you get this card. It says here, work, fixing, working on it, warrior, creation, and building. Now, when you get the Tower twice, it kind of means it's a structure that you're building right now. The building blocks of your future, of your career. I feel like you're on the up, but also you're shedding things that are just not working, that waste your time. And you're keeping the tools that you need, that are necessary. And some of you may be having additional tools at your disposal in the month of October to help you streamline your working practices. I really feel everything's taking shape. Things are coming together, and they're going to be quite exciting at the end of October too. Also, I feel there's an energy coming through. I'm hearing many irons in the fire. So some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, this could be you branching out different ideas to expand your business. And if you're in a company that you work for other people, it could be that you are doing something on the side, a side hustle, or you're thinking about launching something, strategizing, planning, and all those components are coming together ready for your launch. For some of you, you may even take up a seasonal role at this time, just as a welcome addition to your bank balance, is what I see there as well. But the hammer indicates you work hard to make your life run as smoothly as possible. And you are at capacity right now. You have a lot on your plate, but you're making it work, and you should be really proud of yourself that everything will be coming together. I mean, there is a sudden improvement because some of you may feel like there's been a lot of struggle in your career recently, and it's just like some of you may be like, am I being punished? Why is it so hard? Okay, but I see that there is a breakthrough here. When you get the stork, it means a sudden improvement or a sudden opportunity, something that you've kept your eye on and you've been working towards for quite some time. And it says here, improvements, change, renewal, newness, transition. I mean, there's also pregnancy there as well. So suddenly, some of you, if you're finding that you're pregnant, first of all, congratulations. It means that you're now thinking about your working environment in a different way, and you may be restructuring the way that you work. For some of you, you're about to take maternity leave, so you're getting everything in order before you do that. And a lot of you are birthing new ideas to keep you and your family stable. So I definitely see that there is a transition towards something greater at this time. Now, some of you may be utilizing some of those finances that you are saving to do some refurbishments to yourself in the home space. Some of you may be thinking about setting up a family business if you haven't already, or you may be thinking about working from home. If you are working from home, I hate to give you this message, but there may be some sort of noise pollution that is going to try and distract you over the next coming weeks and months. It could be that suddenly they're digging up the road outside your home, or it could be that your neighbor is doing some DIY just as you're on like a conference call. I feel there could be a bit of a distraction at the end of the month, and you're going to be a little bit frustrated, but you've got this. You've got the power of focus. You're someone who has the ability to almost cancel out everything else in order to focus on the task at hand. So it will be a frustration for a moment, but then it'll all fall away there as well, okay? Now, we have the Six of Swords, so that always means that you're protected in your endeavors and that things have been turbulent, but you're turning a page right now. You've gone through some tests, okay, a testing time, but you're transitioning towards something better. So if there are major changes going on in your working environment and you're feeling a little bit like pushed and pulled in many different directions and you don't really know where you're at, I definitely see that you're going to come out of that at the end of October, and it's going to feel like clarity of mind. You can see that things are working better, smoother, and it's a really positive transition. For some of you, you're literally going to find a sudden opportunity that comes your way, and then you're giving in your notice and you're leaving, okay? But this is something that you're doing by yourself, because the Tower is working for you because it's in the protagonist energy. It's not working against you in the outcome energy. So this Six of Swords, it indicates that you are protected and redirected towards something greater. Also, Six of Swords, it can indicate that some of you are conditioned to expect the worst. So it could be that you're expecting a really busy time. You may feel that there's certain things happening in October in particular that have like a specific day attached. Maybe your company is doing like a discount day, or they're running a promotion and everybody's going to be flocking to that business because they're running a promotion, and you're going to be like, I'm going to be run off my feet. I feel like you're going to breeze it. It's going to be fine. For some of you, I also see that some of you are trying to work really hard, tie up loose ends on projects to actually have a vacation, because I'm getting strong getaway energy from this card. So it can be that, and now relax, peace of mind. You're going to have a wonderful time away, and you've done as much as you can before you take that vacation. I'm also being given with the Six of Swords there that it may not feel like it right now, but you are turning a corner for the better. And, things that you've been manifesting are starting to come towards you. Money may have been tight, but I feel like you're managing it and you will get through this. So I feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel there. And some of you may have been working really hard to, do your projects, remain on target, bring in the money, but also you may be training for something on the side. You may be taking a test, for example. Six of Swords indicates passing a test. So you're going to get a qualification or certification, and I feel like everything is coming together, and now suddenly you're out in the world looking for new opportunities to staircase or upgrade to the next level in your career. So I really feel some positive changes happening here for you. Now we do have the Devil card, okay? So let's pull a card on that, because the Devil card, it can indicate that you're following your passions. With the Tower, it can indicate some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck, that you want to break free from something. So if you want to break free from a contract, make sure you do it legally and give the right amount of time that is necessary in order to give in your notice, because there could be a little bit of a backlash on that. For some of you with this Devil card, it can represent, a very toxic environment. And with the Six of Swords, this is you protecting your inner peace, making sure that you just do you, keep your head down, work really hard, and you will be noticed for all of your work ethic and your talents and your skills. So I would also say with the Devil card, some of you, if there is some changes going on in the working environment, don't sort of obsess about it, or maybe making you feel a little bit anxious. What is meant for you will never pass you by. Many, many years ago, when I was in a role that was very toxic, and they were just really like not very nice people, and they were just all about you obviously bringing your A game, which we all did, and they were just, not a nice environment. And so many times the universe sent me towers where everything was going wrong. Everything just felt like an uphill battle. It was difficult. I could see that my health was actually being compromised in this role as well. And everybody who I talked to and said, oh, this is what happened at work today, they were like, what? If that happened at my work, there'd be so many people like fired or, taken to court. Just leave that place. And I was like, but it pays the bills and I really need the money. And they were like, just leave. It's awful. And I even had a reading done on it. This is before, I can't really read for myself actually. So I always, go to a person to read for me. And this reading said, you know what, the environment that you're in is basically stealing your soul. It's not very good for you and you just got to leave. And I was like, okay, tell me something I don't know. I really knew I needed to do that. And then the universe said, okay, we sent you the signs. So many people told you to leave. You know inside yourself you had to leave. Now we got to actually come along and just nudge you right off that fence and make you leave. So sometimes when things don't go our way, it's because the universe is saying, I know a better way. I know a better opportunity. You don't belong in this place anymore. So if you're feeling that right now, or you've had a rejection or something difficult is happening and there's a restructure going on, it means the universe is trying to get you towards a track that just feels smoother for you, is easier, more efficient, but also more in alignment with your goals, your dreams, your values as well. So sometimes we have to stop in our tracks and say, what is the message? What am I being told in this situation? So yeah, the Seven of Pentacles is saying you're working really hard, you're being diligent, you've had a lot of patience. Is there something that is not working for you right now? Because the Seven of Pentacles is basically dissatisfaction. All this hard work. Look at the developments. Now there is going to be a surprising development that happens for you, but right now you're checking the exchange. And I feel like you're basically streamlining the way that you work. And I feel with the Devil card, because that's the card that I'm actually clarifying, this can indicate that you feel under pressure because you're trying to make the best out of the situation you've got. You're trying to level up, move to the next stage of your career, and it's hard. And you may feel like you're not seeing the results right now. You may feel that you're in the midst of everything, all the changes, the restructure. If you've ever moved house, for example, on the other side is really rewarding. Once you've taken everything out of the boxes and you've made it your own place, you put your own stamp on it, it feels like home. But until it got to that stage, it was chaotic. Everything was in boxes. You had to lumber it from one place to another. Everything felt like chaos, but I feel everything's coming together. So this is a card, an indication to let you know that everything is coming together. You are on target, and you are going to see some unexpected developments in the next coming weeks and months, and you are actually going to be really happy with the outcome there as well. I would say with the Devil card there and the Seven of Pentacles, I feel there's an energy here of you actually thinking about following a passion and investing in yourself further. So if you haven't put yourself on a course of learning, I feel at the end of October, a course may discover you, or you may discover a course by accident, is what I'm seeing there, which helps you develop a certain skill in an area that you have a lot of passion in. And it reignites your lust for your career, and I feel like you'll study that, and it opens up your pay grade to more money, okay? So whether that's a different path, or whether that's you upskilling in some way to open yourself up to a new role, a promotional kind of position there, I feel you're on the right track to make that happen. Now, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, it can indicate here that there may be some shortages that you'll experience at the end of October. So if you're someone who relies on deliveries, for example, you may see that some of the deliveries come up short on something. I feel like you'll address that, of course, and eventually it will be delivered, but there may be a bit of a delay there. For example, as well, if you're someone who works in a corporate environment and you get deliveries of certain products or periodicals, newspapers, there may be some sort of delay there, which will cause a minor disruption or frustration, but it will be rectified. For some of you, there may be a break in the chain when it comes to whatever it is that you do. You may hear of someone being off sick, for example, and basically it means there's more work for you at the end of the month. That's what's coming through there as well. But also, the Five of Cups is a very interesting card because it can indicate that there are alternative forms of abundance that you are currently looking at. And I feel like you have an untapped talent. You're very gifted, you're very talented, but I also see here there's something that you've yearned to do for quite some time. Maybe you've had some ideas about it. It's popped into your mind from time to time. You thought about it and then let it go. Then it's come back. It's coming back for a reason because the universe is saying this is a really awesome alternative way, and you will be rewarded, and you will also feel emotionally content as well with it too. So I feel this could be you being in a very explorative phase at the end of the month. So it could be something creative that you're looking at, but also I feel there's an untapped talent that you may go in to investigate a little bit further or dive on into in order to have it as a side hustle, or it feels like you're just exploring it at the end of the month, but it's something that becomes like a snowball effect where it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and suddenly it's a business, right? So that's what I'm picking up from at the end of the month there for you. Also, if you're going for an interview, I would say don't think about what is not on your resume, okay? Everyone has a skill set, and you have a natural gift as well for whatever it is that you do. Sometimes, people are looking for certain skills, of course, but they also can train you because they see that you have so much talent in other areas of your career, that you're naturally gifted. They want someone who is intuitive, instinctive. So don't, lack confidence when you move into the room for an interview, because I feel that they can see your potential in the role, and I feel like you're actually going to be successful in getting the role. So if you are going for an interview, have confidence in your wonderful skill set. Now, the Five of Cups, my guides won't let me leave this one. Five of Cups normally means that whilst you're looking at all the things that are going wrong, okay, or all the things that perhaps you feel are not fulfilling or you feel dissatisfied with, there are some developments going on behind the scenes where the universe is about to deliver either a new contract or a new role or opportunity or even an agreement that is going to benefit you, and it's something you're really going to love. A lot of you may even think about partnering up with someone that you know or trust as well if you're thinking about launching something, but ultimately this is a unity energy coming through here where people are going to be working together, a circle of support, but also something being offered to you where there could be an agreement where you need to sign a contract or, you're offered something that is more beneficial. And that comes in at the end of October. But again, I feel it's something that perhaps you won't action until later on in the year, maybe even the beginning of next year. Okay, so it could be appraisal energy where you discuss, where you're headed in your career sector, and you may be laying some truths out in that appraisal, in that meeting there, and suddenly your boss realizes that you feel a little bit stuck in your position and you want to elevate, you want to grow in your skill set, and you want to grow in the company. So it could be a very honest, open conversation where you negotiate better terms for your working practices. And if you're an entrepreneur, this could be a meeting with a client or an additional client that comes in and you manage to secure a better deal with this particular client or service. Now, we've also got the Seven of Cups there and the Eight of Wands. Seven of Cups is you sort of reimagining things. So it could be that you're unleashing your creative abilities at the end of the month. And the Eight of Wands indicates a lot of success there, some good news. I feel that there is a major transformation energy about your whole career sector. Maybe it's the way you approach your job or approach the way that you work. Maybe it's the way that you are restructuring your time, but I feel this will build in momentum, and I feel like you're exploring new territories that are going to be very exciting indeed. I feel there's an adventurous energy coming through at the end of the month where you're going to feel super energized, really enthusiastic about your options, okay? So I feel options are coming in for you there as well. Now, if we really break it down, Seven of Cups, when you apply it to career or money, it can indicate that if you've got an idea, and you've got many ideas, I would say focus on the most important or the most critical ones. If you're focusing on like projects as well, I would say that you're focusing on the most important task at hand first, and then you'll work through your list, because I'm getting an energy of your to-do list, and I feel like you're going to be completely on target and utilize your time fully. So you're going to feel super proud of yourself that you got a lot done this month as well. But also when you get the Seven of Cups, it can indicate that you are basically dealing with things as they come in head on. So I feel there is the potential where some of you may have to deal with a complex person or a critical client, or there could be something that was overlooked in the month of October, and you may have to step up and rectify it. So it could be someone else's mistake in the month of October in particular, and you have to rise to the challenge and see it through to the end and correct it in some way. But it means you save the day, and it means you're going to be noticed for saving the day. And I feel with the Eight of Wands there, this is a card that indicates that, things will be very fast-paced, especially at the end of the month. And I would say make sure that you get good quality rest and sleep, because things will pick up pace and you don't want to miss anything. I would also say if you're offered a contract or some sort of new proposal, make sure you read the fine print and don't be pressurized into signing something quickly. Sometimes when someone says, oh, you know what, I just need you to sign this off, it's just, the usual stuff. If you just sign there and you go, oh, hang on a minute, I'm going to read through it, because it's your signature on that document. So make sure you read what you're signing, okay? Because I feel you may have to either revisit it, or I just feel like you'll want to read through it, okay? Anything you sign your name to, you'll always want to read through it first anyway, just for clarity and for security. But also, Eight of Wands, I mean, connected with the Six of Swords, a lot of you are traveling. So it could be you may be traveling for work or you're taking a vacation. But I see movement and improvement. This card, along with the stork, this is you being on target. You're on the right track. And I feel, yes, you're tweaking some of the things that you do. You're restructuring something in order for it to work better. I feel it is business as usual. Some of you are letting go of some things that are not working for you. And I feel like, you know, you are now streamlining your time and your energy to keep focused on something that's going to take shape really nicely and bring in more finances for you too. In terms of your money, I would say that, I mean, it feels like your money is fluctuating this month. Gotta be honest with you. It feels like, you know, you start the month with a fair amount of money, probably your wage packet, and then it's going to go out into various bills and fluctuate. But I feel at the end of the month, it's a balanced amount that you have. It's a decent amount that you have that you may be able to save or put into some sort of pension plan, for example. But I'm not seeing any like surprising bills. I feel like everything is as it should be. Like you're expecting the bills that are coming through. So no nasty surprises is what I see there. Let me just, commitment, accepting a position that helps you build long-lasting security, even with another deck that is coming through there too. So we have commitment. Okay, so this is about contracts, agreements. I mentioned that at the end there. Accepting a position that helps you build lasting security, long-term stability. That's what's on your mind right now, and that's what you're going to achieve. Now, we've also got positive focus, okay? So being very diligent, sustaining and maintaining your effort in something. What you see is what you get. So see yourself succeed. Stay optimistic. So this is about your imagination, letting it run wild. Anything is possible with that Seven of Cups there. This is about you unleashing your creativity and pooling your resources to, you know, make your dreams become a reality. So I definitely see that manifestation, taking a moment out to really visualize what you want. You're actually turning your visions into reality because you are being inspired to take action on something. And finally, we've got the mirror there. This is to magnify your wealth. And you've got that Ten of Pentacles. So that is about you leaving a legacy in your career, moving towards, you know, a successful endeavor, moving up the ladder there as well, drawing in more wealth. It says build your fortune by having multiple streams of income. I think I picked up on that there. And I really get this sense of building. So it's really interesting that your final card there is about building all the components coming together. You're building a structure. It says expand your reach. So, you know, even if you are in your own business, for example, and it's something that you do day to day in either an office or in, you know, a shop or wherever it is, it can be that you're expanding your reach by either filming what you do, putting it online perhaps, marketing, promoting. It could also be that you are having something seasonal on the side. Maybe even, I mean, the Ten of Pentacles, a lot of you may be even thinking about going into real estate or having something that brings in passive income, like writing something and then putting it out there to sell as a product, and then, or it could be something that you're creating. It's a product you're putting out there and it just ticks over in the background there too. So finally, we have the angel. So this is about you being protected during difficult times, being guided towards something better, and something you've been asking for is going to be delivered to you. The universe is listening, okay? So there is respite and a breakthrough happening here for you. Sudden movement and improvement. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates there for you, my beautiful Taurians. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. It lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Before I go, my guides just are reminding me that be organized, or you are getting organized, because it's going to be very fast paced at the end of October there for you, and it's going to be a lot of fast moving energy, and I feel like your future self will thank you for this month in particular because it's a big one for you. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, and love and light.